Welcome back. Thank you for staying with us as we approach as we are in the month of October, let's turn our attention now to a critical topic for the business community: income tax return filing for the 2025 year of assessment. The deadline for filing income tax returns for businesses is the 31st of October this year, and today we aim to remind businesses of their obligations, guide them through the submission process, as well as clarify payment methods. Joining us are representatives from the ERS to provide expert insights, as well as to answer your questions. We have the ERS Manager for Communications and Marketing, Duduzo Dlamini, as well as the ERS Manager for Taxpayer Education and Information, Very good afternoon to the both of you. Thank you for joining us. Such an interesting conversation. It's interesting to me. Every conversation we have, we are reminding people to comply. And we can never remind them enough, because people are people and they're infallible, they have mistakes. But as long as they're reminded, those mistakes perhaps are thrown out the window. Let's get into this very critical question. And I suppose the first one is for you, Nkosi. We understand all non-individual entities, right? We have VAT registered, right? VAT registered businesses as well as companies. Talk to us through that insight.
Good afternoon to you, Sfiso, and to all viewers at home. So yes, today we're here to remind all businesses, meaning all non-individual entities that are in operation in Eswatini, about filing their income tax, their annual income tax return, which is due in October. When we say individual entities, we're speaking to whether VAT registered companies or non-VAT registered, which is all companies, for as long as your due date, or rather your balance month, aligns with the commissioners, which is June. We are reminding you that you are filing your return in October. And one might even think, what do I need to have in place before I file? One key thing is that you have a TIN with the ERS. You must be registered with the ERS. And also another question could be, what if I didn't operate in the year of 2025? Am I expected to file my annual income tax return? Filing is an obligation, whether income was generated or not. So we do expect that you will update the commissioner with your filing, whether you made a zero income or whether you made loss or proper income.
Okay, businesses now understand their obligations, but they also want to know how they should submit their tax returns.
Yeah, thanks, Fiso, and good afternoon to you and the viewers. It is quite easy for how business should submit their returns. We've got a portal which we call Tax Easy, where they will use to submit their returns. So we suggest that should they want to get a hand of that portal, they should visit our website. That's where they should be able to access the portal called Tax Easy. And then for those small businesses who are probably using phones, we suggest that they download the TaxPal app. That's where they should be able to also access the portal called Tax Easy, and they should be able to submit their returns there. And then in terms of the documents which we require while they are submitting their returns, firstly is the financial statements, and then secondly is the pay certificates, and then lastly is the letter of declaration. You should be able to declare, like the word mentioned, that whether you have made money or not, you should submit that letter for you to say that this year I didn't make any income, so that we know how we exempt you from that.
Yeah, it's quite integrated, this system, and very innovative. I understand it calculates on its own?
Yeah, so the good thing about it is it's an online platform. Even before you submit, it should be able to calculate. You should see. So you check if you do balance up. If there are any errors, we do suggest that our clients should be able to fix those errors before they submit, so that there is minimum errors where we need to contact and try fix them. So the Tax Easy portal is quite smart and very efficient.
It's tax made easy, just like its name. And I know you emphasize on double checking the correctness and completeness before clicking on submit. That's very important. Yeah. Let's look at the deadline for filing and payment.
Okay, so the deadline for filing, I like that you are putting it both, filing and paying. So if there's any tax liability that needs to be paid. It is also due, the deadline is the 31st of October 2025. Would like to encourage our clients to not wait until the deadline. For us, it's not only just about, or rather tax compliance is not only just about filing and paying, but it's doing things on time. And doing these things on time, both the filing and the payment, means you will avoid penalties and interest. And also you'll be avoiding system congestion. So that is why we encourage that our clients do not wait until the filing due date. Yeah.
Payment methods, I understand you have a plethora now.
Yeah. So in terms of our payment methods, before we even go to our payment methods, we'd like to urge our clients, firstly, be careful. They make sure that they get our accounts from the correct places. So we do have our banking accounts on the website. We also do have our banking accounts on our TaxPal app.
Right.
And then secondly, just to add on top of that, we do have bank accounts with all the banks, which also simplifies the process for our clients and also reduces some of those charges which they will need when they're doing those payments, in terms of the payments which they will be submitting. And then in terms of our payment methods, firstly, we do have EFT. So as I've mentioned, from the bank accounts, they'll use that to do those payments. We do take Momo Pay, and then we also do take bank cash deposits. And then lastly, we do have speed points at our service centers, those who would want to come and pay physically at our touch points. But just to also alert clients there is that we don't take physical cash. So if you are coming to our service center, make sure that it's on your bank card and you are able to tap and swipe on our service points.
We've covered ground on the dynamics of income tax regime as well as return submissions. Can you now give guidance to presumptive tax clients?
Okay, so maybe just to take you back a bit, what is presumptive tax? Yes. Yeah, it is a simplified tax system which was introduced during the amendments of 2023 income tax order, which came into effect the 1st of July 2024. It simply targets especially small and medium entities. Okay. Yes, so in terms of the tax rates there, maybe number one, the deadline for them as well is the 31st of October 2025. We expect that they file and they also make a payment if there's any payment due by the 31st of October 2025. In terms of the tax rates, if you made a turnover of 0 emalangeni to 50 emalangeni during the tax year 2025, we expect that you will pay tax at 0%. But if you happen to make a turnover above 50,000 but less than 500,000 emalangeni and you are within the presumptive tax regime, we expect that you will pay tax at the region of 1.75%. Yes, and as well, even with these ones, tax is will do the calculations.
They have 29 days now. Today is the 2nd of October.
Precisely.
Right.
Yeah.
So do what you must. Do what you must. To do so, any last words?
Yeah, I think as we wrap off, is just to thank the clients for always walking the journey with us. And then secondly, as the clients are preparing to file, to always check and make sure there is no errors. As we've mentioned from the Tax Easy portal, it's quite easy to use it. So it does calculate. They must just make sure they check that everything do balance before they submit. And then just to also mention the deadlines we've already passed. For 27th September, we were having our VAT return submission deadline. So those who haven't submitted, they should quickly submit before they start accumulating penalties. And then on the 30th of September, we do know that employers were doing their recon in terms of PAYE certificate around that. And then lastly, is just encourage people that they should continue to contact us should they have any information. We are available on email at info@ers or .org.sz, and then also they can contact us through phone 2406 4050, or should they wish to visit our website is www.ers.org.sz.
Ndu, thank you so much for your time.
Thank you so much.
You're watching ERS Tax Talk. We have our market analysis after the break.